the orb. There it is. Money's still decent for NaVi, but Astralis with a huge success there with just the pistols. Simple. You felt like he was going to win that one. As soon as he gets that one kill and separates the herd, you feel like, well, he's probably going to take it. But Device holds his nerve, takes him down, and it will be round number 10 here. Still, Astralis feeling the burn, and Electronic knows it, going in towards upper. This is a very fast approach with the flashbang is good. Mages for 2, Dupree chiming in as well. Simple still alive, but Zeus is roasting in the flames. 3-on-1, and Simple's got it all to do.
He thought when Electronic rushed out, he was going to get something done there. At least one kill. Simple going to vent dive. See if he can at very least get a bomb plant. Will they respect him enough not to peek? The answer is yes. Want to make sure they all face him together. The new box onto NUKE will allow Simple some sanctuary. He's still going to be taking damage, though, through the box. He's down to 27. Flashes accompanied by a peek from Dupree. Very well played by Astralis, taking no chances.
Some great observations there, Vince. They didn't want to overcommit. They couldn't really justify trying to dive the bomb. It would have been Zipex alone trying to come from the ramp. And sure, he's got a chance of making that frag, but you're up against one of the world's best here. Give him an inch, he'll take a mile every single time. Sure, he'll get the bomb down, that's extra money, but we're trying to win the round at this point. Wait for your teammates, drop the utility. The wall bang from Device actually came in toward those new boxes, did about 80 damage, flashbangs in, wait for him to fire his bullets, then go in together, pounce on him. Make sure he has no chance of winning the round. Very well done by Astralis. The auto shotgun is out, a fan favorite, and maybe a straight up upper rush. Will the Alligator be able to find any food today? It will! It eats 3! And now it's a 5-on-2. And my God, it's a lot of fun to watch, but the round ain't done just yet. Electronic will be the last man standing. And that's why people are purchasing events for that exact scenario.
Oh, you really do love to see that. I want to see that on replay, maybe even from the team's perspective. Okay, here we go. Just get destroyed. And the bomb also. Somehow the terrorists, like, last dying wishes, hey, let me just toss the bomb on top of Hut for you. Make it a little bit easier for you, CTs.
That was so sick. Well, that's Astralis with a ton of money now. Magus gets $900 per kill. Currently sits on 6K after the reinvestment. Just for pistols now for NaVi, 9-2. And the AWP back in the hands of Device. And in terms of the investment, this is just a partial buy now for NaVi, saving himself about $2 grand. Oh, Vince. He just out-orbed Device at long range of a deagle.
That's why they call it a pocket deagle in the hands of Simple.
Yeah.
Just neutralized. And it puts NaVi in pretty good stead, although Dupree is going to even the odds, and we're starting to see this round come to the natural conclusion that we would have come to have expected. But that is going to hurt if they can't get their hands on that AWP, which I assume they will. Dupree's very close to Garage, but maybe they won't be afforded a chance. This is still up for debate. This is actually a winnable round for Edward.
Time will tell. He has not got the bomb, that's the problem. It's all the way outside, and it'll take him a while to even get close to it, but he has found a rifle here. Pretty good one as well, the AK-47. 39 points of health. Like we said, he'll bide his time at this point and see whether he can somehow pick out the bomb and get towards a site. He really can't afford to walk everywhere here, so he's going to have to make a bit of noise. Picks it up, and we'll see whether he can get anything else done.
25 seconds, pretty much forced into A site at this point. Dupree, very quick rotation through vents. And it looks like Edward may try the plant for main side, which is going to play even more into Dupree's hands. He has planted it, though, so the boxes at least cover the plants. That's very intelligent. And although he is going to go down, all things considered, that's a solid round for NaVi. They came into it with deagles. They take out of it a bomb plant and 4 corpses for Astralis.
Well, there we go. It will be the round, but Edward does manage to get the bomb planted. That's at least something there, and they do a good job. They'll be able to buy into the next round. That is keeping Astralis on a leash at this point. It's getting to the latter stages, though. Unfortunately for them, it's going to be 10-2. Need to post at least a couple more rounds here. It is the CT side of NUKE, but still, it's not looking too good right now. In terms of the frags, rounds they picked up, they were down 5-0. One round number 6, then got reset. Same story with round number 8. Money back in. We'll have a look at the fragging charts right now. Simple. 12 frags at the top, of course. 9 for Edward. Electronic on 5. Need to see him find a bit more. At the bottom, Zeus 3 and 11. Top 4. Astralis will be Magisk after that fantastic effort with the shotgun.
It's like outside, he's going to be aggressed on by Electronic once again. He's got down into secret quite a few times already. Second smoke will shield his approach. Goes for a bit of spray onto main where Glaive currently resides, and that wasn't too far off landing. But again, when you see these smokes land outside, you have to assume there's going to be players down here, and Electronica is going to meet his nemesis of Device once more, although that Molotov will force him out. This puts Dupree. Oh, he was very slow to react there.
Where was the reaction at all?
I'm perplexed. Maybe he looked away for a second. I'm not sure, but he should have had that kill. It was dead on.
Yeah, he had about a second and a half to react to that one. Very strange. But Glaive will be trying to bail them out. 3 on 2, not quite enough. This kill is everything, and it's the bomb. Oh dear, Zipex. He's killing absolutely everyone right now at Electronic. He's got a lot on his plate. He doesn't have any chance here, and Zipex isn't giving up anytime soon. Keeps applying that pressure. Flashbang comes in. Electronic does find some positional control. Can he get that bomb safely?
Device is behind him, I think. Oh, and Electronic, perfect timing on the peak. He had 3 bullets left, and you thought there's a chance one of them would connect into the head, but instead Astralis again, as seems so often the case, in clutches they prevail.
Especially that man, Zipex. Like, how sensational has he been this tournament? In these sort of rounds, just when they need it, they start losing frags. He flanks perfectly. He's the ramp player. He's the anchor of the map. He pushes in towards lobby. It's always a risk. You're not sure what's on the other side, but he times it to perfection and gets them the round in the bag. 11-2. Money still available for NaVi. They need these last 2 rounds here. They're going more aggressive towards ramp, it seems, and they're going to be feeding Zipex even more. Zeus goes down with absolutely nothing there, trying to beat the smoke and have the surprise factor, but unfortunately gives up nothing but his own life.
Which is music to the ears of Astralis as they continue to pound their way towards the finish line. This half is looking like it's going to be a nightmare. As NaVi have only posted up 2, they've already lost Zeus. They've got Electronic on 20. Flamey will counteract that, though. Tips the scales back in NaVi's favor. Probably momentarily, though, you'd have to think his Device did have the drop on Edward every step of the way. There was no smokes, no flashes, nothing to help him out.
Absolutely right there. This is looking like a perfect game again. I've said that a few times about Astralis, and this is the best looking Astralis since they won the major. These guys are looking like world beaters right now. This could be your #1 team in the world if they can keep this up. 4 on 3. Electronic low outside. 40 seconds remaining, and they just seem like they're disjointed again. So isolated. Electronic is in a lot of trouble. He wants to think about falling back at this stage. Device perfect position. Got a spot 1, pulls the trigger a little bit too early, but that just sets him up. Glaive will pounce, and that's the bomb down. And unfortunately for Electronic, his position now given away. 3 players to find. Bomb down, no time. I think you know where I'm going with this one, Vince. He won't be able to win this round, unfortunately for him. He'll certainly give it his best shot. Not going to be hitting them. 10 seconds, and he might just want to consider saving the AK at this stage.
One decides to go broke. Wants to die before time. Maybe not entirely sure as to where that 3rd player was. Could have been secret. Dies after time. It would have been an absolute catastrophe, but it's not exactly great, economically speaking, anyway, for NaVi.
Yeah, it splits the difference, really. Even if he does save the AK, he would still have $3,700 worth of kit, which is what he's got right now. So it doesn't really matter either way, you know. But there we go. Final round, and this hasn't really led me to excitement yet. I want to see a close game. I want to see Astralis sweat. It's beautiful Counter-Strike being played right now, but NaVi really need to start arriving in the grand final. If they can get 12-3, we're still on for a good game. All they need to do is win the pistol. If you don't have the buffer of a pistol round and it's 13-2, this could be a very, very quick first map. Remember, though, this is Astralis' pick, and usually in grand finals, teams will pick up their own maps.
Certainly, and Inferno will be next, where NaVi, you'd have to expect, will shine a lot brighter.
Well, that's the best map in their pool right now. Yes. That's their absolute strongest. So, yes, I would hope so. This, unfortunately, hasn't really looked that methodical. Nothing really has come through. They haven't been getting, what, 1 player towards Secret consistently and having, like, that effect of picking the defense apart. The 1 round they won, you have to think, was 5 players down towards low end, and Astralis had a bit of a bump in the road. They didn't look coordinated. Maybe communication was a bit off. But this time, we've got an opening pick. Electronic does take down Glaive.
Haven't really been able to break the rhythm of Astralis tactically and really make them think twice or change things up. However, with the entry frag, maybe that will change in this round. Better late than never. Dupree not going to allow that first kill to come in through main, but the second one will. Electronic onto Device, looking much better. NaVi just need to claim 2 more frags, and the last round of the half will be theirs. Magisk and Zipex, though, alive again, and with Electronic and Zeus both very low, it makes Zeus dead. This round could still shimmy back into the hands of Astralis. Electronic 17 health now, and his teammate is going to go for the bomb plant on B, but Edward's gone down, and with that, the defuse could come straight in. They know Electronic was last seen in main. Zipex can just hold this down. There's no way Electronic can stop it.
Absolutely not, and it was a round that was destined to be theirs. Oh my goodness, let's throw down the stunner and see what's going on the show floor.
This crowd has been amazing all weekend long, and today is no different. You know what, Marseille? I want you to join me. We're gonna make some noise in here. Let's get a little clap going, shall we? Shall we, fellas? Let's do it. Marseille, do we think NaVi can bring it back, or is this one all in Astralis' court? There it is. There it is. Holy cow. Marseille, you are something else. Take it away, Henry.
Thank you so much, Trace. The crowd are hyped. And hopefully they can send energy towards NaVi, because right now they look stunned. Astralis are presenting a perfect game of CS, and nothing seems to be going right. They got the first two opening picks then, NaVi, and they go for the lower plant. It was a good call, but Electronic was so far removed. If he hadn't even shown himself, perhaps if he'd just not even gone towards the main entrance, just gone towards Secret straight away, he would have actually had a chance that they wouldn't have known he was so far removed from the situation. But either way, all is forgotten. We move on to the next half, and it will be Astralis 13-2 up. If they can win this pistol bent, it's over. This map was done. If NaVi can do it, I have every faith they can make this a close game at least.
They're going to have to do it without any kits in this round. It's going to be raw, ruthless, trading, dueling. Now, you would have to say that NaVi pretty good when it comes to that, especially through this event.
Yes.
But Astralis, a very tactically minded team. Can they break the duels?
It's up to Simple first. He hits a wonderful headshot to take down Mages. Unfortunately, that's all he's going to find. 4-on-4 now. Dupree looking for his second kill. Can't convert it.
And with the second kill, that puts Astralis onto the back foot. Two of them now going to try and push out of ramp. They need this kill to Flamey. Zipex hopping through the air. Going to connect the headshot. Glaive in the meanwhile forces Edward back. Quick rotation, though, from two of the CTs down to B side. Trying to stop this bomb plant from coming into fruition. And meanwhile, the remaining NaVi player was last seen on A.
This is all about Glaive showing presence towards lower. This kill could decide the round. Electronic tagged up through the wall. The Glocks pounce on him. And Edward's got a retake from Secret Steps now. Glaive making everything in his favor as he finds both their headshots there. Perfectly positioned, perfectly played. And that's all down to Glaive. Just going down there and shooting towards the vents, pushing them back, making them uncomfortable. They thought it was a lower split. They bailed out, went towards upper, and look at this positioning. Nothing they can do about it. Every shot hit Vince as he finds the kills, and 14-2 comes in, and that's a pretty dramatic scoreline at this stage. We're only one round into the second half.
That's how devastating this has been so far. Inferno coming up next. The NaVi maybe half a mind already looking across to the second map. Third would be Train if we need it. I would love to get to Train between these two, but based off this performance, I'm not so sure anymore.
NUKE can be cruel, though. All it takes is that bad start. You don't win the ninth round. It's a map you don't play that much, and Astralis looking like world beaters on it. I'd say they pretty much are the best NUKE team in the world right now. But here's Flamey. He's got a chance here. There's the first kill. Fall back. And he's going for a little bit more and actually gets them. Why they go towards ramp against the CZs, I couldn't tell you. I'd be going outside. But Ramperum as well, they'll drop two, and a chance now for NaVi. This looks like a kill for Edward all day long, but no. Glaive does pull it back to the 3-on-3. And it looks like Astralis are playing this incorrectly. Simple certainly not. Two Deagle headshots coming his way.
Not much you can do about that, and Simple's on the prowl for a third. Peek him at your own risk, Glaive. It won't be the one dig, it'll be Zeus from the side that snaps away his life. And there we have it, NaVi, a round delayed after the half-time, but you got there in the end.
Yeah, that wasn't the best move from Astralis, I have to say. They weren't slow, they weren't methodical, tried to go into the tightest choke point on the entire map, up against CZs. They go through, no flashbangs, no smokes used, nothing to really get information towards ramp. And Flamey, great job by him, but you could see they were panicking at that point. Straight down towards lower. Great shots from Simple, sure, but still, I felt like Astralis could have done more with it. They will be force buying here. Glaive's got the AK out, and we'll see whether he can make it sing.
Pretty widespread, or Astralis. Already Glaive moving down to Secret. Rest of the team pretty much filtering out just outside. No more grenades. So Glaive's pretty much on a solo mission at this stage. He does have the lonely AK-47, so maybe if he can get a couple of entries, this round could get interesting. Could start to develop in favor of Astralis, but for the time being, NaVi, they can hold position. Device has landed a 1 deke, however. Electronic destroyed. And now mid-control, not quite as prevalent as it was just a few moments prior. Device is looking for another one. They decide better of it and just back away for a few moments. They still need Glaive to have some impact downstairs. And he's actually moved away. He's in garage instead. Simple goes down to the hands of dupreeh. Not like this, NaVi. Not like this.
It could be happening, Vince. Every single kill is connected with his pistols, and that one is no different. Mages to schools Flamey down towards Secret and Zeus. He's currently sat on 4 kills, 15 deaths. He's in a 5 versus 1 to avoid map points here, and Device just executes him. 15-3, and that could be it, Vince. They had a lifeline there, winning the second round force buy, but the pistols just make them look foolish.
Astralis didn't lose a single player.
Yep.
Additionally, they clean swept them, and dupreeh's Deagle on point with Device. And it was those 2 guys that were shining incredibly bright earlier.
Yeah.
Best of 3 casted yesterday.
The double D combo, I think
Yes.
we're calling them at this point. But here we go, last chance for NaVi. Scouts, CZ's, Deagles, 1 in 4 for Zeus. He said he's race fragger for them so far, but oh my goodness, that's not bad at all. Goes towards the squeaky door. Let's remove Mages from the equation. Can he find anything more? They'll go towards ramp. Remember, again, the tightest choke point available. Potential CZs on the other side. This time not. They'll head towards lower.
They will by and large take it. Out peaks Zeus. He's going to be very close to burning alive, and the Molotov spreads a little bit too far. Flamey's Deagle won't claim a kill, but does drop Zipex down to just 4 health. dupreeh's got his teammate covered, or does the Electronic just opens the door, smashes him, jumps back out of there again?
Wow. That's the bomb not planted.
With the lack of plant, now the initiative, the impetus needs to go back onto the T shoulders. They've got to try and get rid of the pesky CTs that will be in one of quite a few angles. Simple onto dupreeh, lightning fast, no chance for dupreeh to react. And now Zipex in 4 health, he is the clutch king, but even by his standards, it's just asking far too much.
Well, there it is. Another chance here for NaVi. Astralis won't close it out just yet. Ramp towards lower. Zeus actually did a fantastic job there. Gets that first kill in the lobby, actually pushes them into the ramp at that stage. Got another from the vent, burnt to the Molotov at that point, but it was enough. It got them in position. Simple was able to transition across. M4 in his hand. You can see as soon as he dropped the UMP, picked up the M4, he knew a sound cue would be made. At that point, baits out dupreeh, completely takes him out, and there it is, round picked up. Zeus having a go with the auto shotgun as well. Round 20, another buy available for Astralis. 4 AKs, are actually looking quite healthy, all things considered. And they'll head towards lower. Got down there very quickly.
Line up for Simple, and he will oblige. Poking them out the round. 31 health remains. 2/3 of his health for nearly half of Astralis, and he's gone in for 1 more, of course.
Even so, they're not going to win this map probably, but it's good to see Simple start to arrive. He's starting to get in the zone. That bodes very well for their Inferno. He's going to take 11 rounds in a row, and that's if they even win this one. 3 on 2 now.
Few grenades to play with on both sides. 55 seconds. Device going to be making a move towards lobby. Meanwhile, Zipex is just behind him, so they're looking to stick together. Hope that they can catch an angle where the CTs are weakest and more vulnerable, which would suggest A could be on the cards for them. They're looking to feel out these corners, just make sure there's no one camping close range. But we've seen how deadly the XM is in this very position earlier.
It comes down to timings though, and Zeus has walked away from the hut. Zipex is there on the door. He sees action towards Squeaky Door. Simple takes care of that. 1 versus 1. Zipex is doing it again, Vince. Edward up against him. He's currently in the lobby right now. Zipex seems to be aware. He thinks Edward is in towards the lobby. Goes to the fake plant, perhaps. Edward thinks it's slower. It's all gone wrong. He still thinks it is. He's fully committed. And oh no, he's realized, and that could be it. Zipex waits for his kill, and it will be delivered. The 3-on-2 goes in favor of Astralis, and the first map is a resounding victory for them.
And it ends on a Zipex clutch, as he do, with an ace on top of it. Unbelievable performance by Astralis.
Yeah, that's got to be one of the most perfectly played NUKE games I've seen in a very long time. They're looking like true masters of the game right now. This form is impressive, and they're looking so incredibly poised as well. Calm plays, good decisions, maybe 2 mistakes made in the entire map.
Simple didn't play bad. He just didn't have that many opportunities to shine. He didn't have that many opportunities to show the world what he's capable of.
But we did get glimmers of it. Towards those last few rounds, he was the only thing that was keeping them in the game. It took 3-mans, 2K spray downs to keep them in it, but it was enough. And remember, that was Astralis' pick. We move on to Inferno next, which is NaVi's best map by a long shot. They can do some damage there, but for now, Vince, we're going to throw it over to the analysts and see what they thought about that one.
Yes, thank you so much. We'll be right back with you, Henry and Vince. But first, just a quick conversation from our analysts. Less me, more them, talking about that first map. Henry just described that as on close to perfect NUKE.
Yeah, blink and you miss it. That was a quick one, Alex. I think definitely Simple still putting up numbers. That last round is the perfect example of how that game kind of went for NaVi. He got 4 kills and they still couldn't convert the round. That's a rough place to be in, and T-side NUKE is always hard. They did have their options. They were finding opening kills. They were trading. The difference was, for me, Astralis were getting multi-kills after those initial trades came in. That wasn't happening versus Gambit earlier in the day.
And we talked about the importance of pistol rounds for Astralis and how good they got their gun rounds are, and we saw it here coming off to a great start, winning the pistol round, and that's where the problem comes in for NaVi. You could see they couldn't win consecutive rounds in that first half. They would win, lose, win, and then that was it until the very end, until the second half, actually. So very dominant from Astralis across the board.
I mean, excuse me, with NUKE being so heavily CT-sided, was there a way back in for NaVi? Was there a moment where they could have been able to string them together, or was the scoreline too great?
No, in the middle of the game where they forced them onto those pistols, right? And they pushed lobby, Magic's got one, I think Dupree got the other, and then the trades came back, and that's where NaVi, if they were able to convert that round, if they weren't going to be so sloppy, they had a window to get back in and string some rounds together and get some momentum, start forcing the rotations. But losing to those CZs, losing a round like that, that's super important on T-side of NUKE especially, that's where things for me fell apart.
This clutch, we have to have a conversation about it, Yanko. Edward, was that just a huge misjudgment, or did he hear the sound as he was dropping? I mean, that was catastrophic. Xyp9x with a 1v3 to win.
Yeah, it could have been potentially a sound miscue, or he just thought that, you know, Xyp9x is going to go straight to the lower bomb side. He could plant straight away. In any case, Astralis would probably end up winning this map regardless. But don't forget, this was the same scenario. I mean, look at that ADR on Astralis. Just ridiculous.
Holy
4 players
hell.
close to 100. But just remember, like the game in Kiev, it's the Star Series land. Same map pool, right? And same start. Astralis dominant win on NUKE, map 1. Then Inferno was a 16-14 win for NaVi, and then NaVi had a 16-5 win on Train. So with the same map pool, you would expect NaVi to obviously put up a better fight. Yeah. But I don't know, Astralis, that was 2 months ago. Astralis is looking so strong at the moment. Absolutely. I think they might just close it out in 2.
Well, let's spend our last 60 seconds just talking a little bit about that Inferno. Astralis, we've made it clear, Chad, we've said time and time again that they do seem to be able to waste your time on Inferno on their defense very well. But what can NaVi do to combat them? What are NaVi going to be bringing to this Inferno to keep things closer than NUKE?
I think it's the same kind of game plan. Make it a brawl, right? Keep them honest with the economy, keep your foot on the throat, and make sure that they can't build and get full utility all the time, because they are the best gun round teams in the world. When they have all the Molotovs, all the AWPs, everything that they want, that's when Astralis are at their most dangerous. And now we've coupled that together with pistol rounds. I hate making that a win condition, but NaVi are definitely going to have to grab one here.
A pistol round at least. Yanko, anything to add to that list?
Maximum focus when Astralis is low on money. Like that recent round Chad mentioned on NUKE that they lost when Astralis pushed lobby. It seemed like they caught NaVi off guard. So those are the rounds that you really need to win to force them on that eco and get some breathing room for yourself.
Breathing room needed for NaVi on map 2. They're against the wall. Inferno is where they will defend their chance to lift the trophy in the center of this glorious stage here in Marseille. We will take a break. When we come back, your casters will be guiding you through Inferno. We'll find out if it's the last map of the tournament.
Place your bets at gg.bet. Most popular esports titles. Deposit with convenient payment options.